Welcome to the Journey to a Million podcast. I'm your host, Christopher Walker. This podcast is about my personal journey from being $25,000 in debt to getting to $1 million of net worth by the age of 43. Follow along with my journey, implement the ideas, and let's do it together. Thanks so much for joining me. Let's get started. Hey, what's up out there? Welcome to the Journey to a Million podcast. I'm your host, Christopher Walker, and today is Thursday, April 15th, 2021. Crypto is going crazy today. If you're in crypto, I feel like you're having a good day today. There's a lot of big stuff happening. So, we got a few things to talk about. I was pretty consistent with the podcast, doing one every single Thursday or Tuesday for the last few weeks. Missed last week, so sorry about that, but I'm back today. I don't know about you guys, but the last 2 weeks have just been crazy busy. I actually was able to do my first, you guys know I have a little side hustle with the Etsy shop selling glasses. I was able to do my first live market last Sunday out there, and did better than I expected. So that was kind of awesome. And it was just great to kind of connect with people, talk to people, and just have like one-on-one customer service, So I was going into it like, even if I don't sell anything, I'll still get some exposure, talk to some people, maybe get the brand out there. But not only did we get the brand out there, we actually had a lot of customers come through and they bought some stuff. So it was great to, do what we did and, have some success like that. So we'll keep doing those this year, keep growing the brand. And guys, I wanted to just throw this in really quick. I actually just finished an ebook that I've been working on for about 4 or 5 years now. And I wrote a lot in it one day, I think like in 2016. I didn't really do anything with it because I was like, I don't know if this is even that valuable. And then I started listening to all these self-help podcasts or entrepreneur podcasts, YouTube videos, stuff like that. And it's so funny because a lot of the information they were talking about in these in all these platforms and stuff was the same types of things that I had said in my book. And I was like, well, maybe there was something to that. So I started adding to it. And as I've gained more and more knowledge over the past few years and had more success, I actually put that into an ebook. So it's kind of tells my story a few years and like everything leading up to my story a few years ago, where I was kind of just like, I had a lot of ideas, but I just didn't know what to do. And I wasn't sure what direction I wanted to take my life. I was just kind of going through the motions and didn't really have a purpose or anything as I was aspiring to. And then once I started applying these, this knowledge that I had gotten and these steps that I had learned, I started really finally seeing those results. And so the purpose of writing this book is to kind of give people a perspective. Whatever stage you're at in life, you can apply these. And if you're at a point where you're like, hey, I know I want to do more, and I think I have more to give, or if I want to chase a dream, or if I want to chase a side hustle, whatever it is, I think this book could help you out. It's only like $10. And if you hate it or don't think it brought you any value and you read it, it's 36 pages. You could probably read it in an hour or two. So it's not that long. But yeah, I think it could be pretty valuable. And if you disagree, I'll be happy to refund you. But if you are interested in that, then I'm going to post a link in the description. You can check it out, pay for it, and I'll email it to you, and then let me know what you think. So open any feedback, try not to take it personally. So only took me 5 years to write it, but you know what I mean? It was just like on and off sporadically, but I feel like I finally got it to a good point where it's ready to share with the world. And I think, of course, I also want to say that I haven't learned everything. I'm always learning something new every day, and I'm trying to learn more and more and, keep having more success. But I will tell you that I feel a lot more fulfilled in my life than I was a few years ago. And it's because of having the ability to chase these dreams and chase these side hustles and actually have goals and be hitting these goals instead of just thinking about stuff and never actually doing anything about it. So for me to be where I am today, a few years ago, I had never, just the things that I've been able to do, I still could do so much more, but I would still, for me to be where I am today, my thoughts of mindset of what I could achieve a few years ago compared to now is like 5 to 10 times, I mean, like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 more exponentially. Like it's just crazy. And I don't want that to come across as an egotistical thing. I just feel like that's what you need is a success mindset, and you have to have a mindset of like knowing what you can achieve in this life. And so that's what I wrote this for, is to kind of help other people kind of get that perspective. If they have a million different ideas and they're not sure what to do, the tools that I use to help me figure out where I wanted to go and what path I wanted to take, and it's worked out. So trying to share those with people and see if it brings them value as well and helps them, because it sucks when you have all these ideas and you're just like, I don't know what to do, and you don't do anything because you're scared to make the wrong choice. It's good to help. These tools can help you figure out which path you want to take, and I think that's extremely valuable. So that's all I'll say on that subject. If you do want to buy that, the link will be in the description, and then you'll let me know what you think. So for real though, I am open to feedback, I will say. So yeah, like we said, crypto is a great day for crypto. The Bitcoin crossed over about 60,000 finally. It had been battling like the 60 to $62,000 range resistance. Finally broke through that, and now we're sitting at 63,560. Ethereum is going crazy. Ethereum, we thought it would never break 22,000 again, or 2,100, whatever it got up to. Now it's almost at 2,500. I know that has been a big number in some of the crypto community that I watch. BitBoy Crypto talking about $2,500 ETH. Cardano 1.46. That's another one pumping up steadily. Chainlink, one of my favorites, one that I started with when I really got back into it, April of 2020. That was what I got into it at $4. At 42 now, 10x. So love it. Polkadot 43.97, and then just so many more. And just looking at portfolios, if you watched episode 7, I talked about my portfolio and where I was with that. And just in the past month since then, that portfolio is up 50% pretty much. And I don't even feel like I've invested that much in there. So for it to have that many, those kind of gains in a month, I mean, that's why I love crypto. That's why I love it. It's just like, it's so fun to see these kind of gains in a short period of time. And I know this probably isn't going to last forever. We have to be ready to take profits at some point. But it's like, if you're in stocks, the stock market has just been brutal the past couple months. And I know it's starting to turn around. We're near the end of the pandemic and things are going to get better. So that's something to look forward to. But in stocks, you could be looking at some stocks are highly risky. You can get like a 2x in a month or two, but crypto, you're in a bull market. The trend is your friend. All of crypto has some very serious momentum behind it. And we're still so early in this thing that's going to change the world, that it's like, if you buy in, even if you might lose money short term, in the long term, if you just hold, you're going to be pretty well off. So I think that's one quick lesson. If you're new in investing, try to have a long-term mindset. Like, that's one of the biggest things that can help you. When you're a new investor, you just see everything and you're like, it's going up. I don't want to miss my entry point. Let me throw some money in and hopefully it'll work out. Okay. Talking about that, the Coinbase IPO just came out yesterday. So that's huge for crypto, because Coinbase is the biggest exchange for cryptocurrency. And so it's on the ticker symbol coin, and it's been chopping up. It started at $450. It's projected to open at 250. I thought that it opened at 450, but it says now it was 381. So I'm not 100% sure on that. It did a sharp dip down to about 300 or so, and then now it's about 325. So like, a lot of people they might have jumped into Coinbase like as soon as it got on the market and they're like, it's going to go up. I don't want to miss, you know, but that's a short-term mindset for investors. The best thing to do is usually just, there's so much hype right now. A lot of people are going to be trying to jump in. Just have some patience as an investor. Wait till things kind of settle down. Give it maybe a week or two, see where it's at, and then feel free to jump in. And don't necessarily throw all your money in at once. Throw in maybe half, and then throw in a little bit more until you have your entire investment in. And so you might average in, and that usually helps balance out your investments. So yeah, like I was saying, don't have a short-term mindset. Think long-term. Don't jump in when all the hype and craziness is going on something. Wait till it settles down. It's going to be okay. It will settle down eventually. Like if you look at the market and you see Dogecoin right now is at like 19 cents, insanity. I mean, it was like 0.2 of a cent a few months ago. So would you say you need to jump in Dogecoin right now? Absolutely not. I mean, it might go up in the short term, but most likely it's going to settle down at some point. I got some just as in a fun investment like a long time ago. And I mean, when it started originally pumping from like 2 cents, I think it got up to 6 or to 8 cents. I sold somewhere around 5 cents, and then I was like, good, I'm out. You know, I could have held it and that'd be nice. But at the same time, like I put those gains into Voyager, and then just I'm letting Voyager ride. And Voyager has kind of stalled a little bit, but I think long term, I'd rather put my investment into something that's an actual project, even though Elon Musk does love Dogecoin. I think it's a fun project to have, but it's also not based in any kind of project that's actually doing something. So that's why I'm not necessarily in it. You know, maybe down the road I could throw in, you know, some money to it just to have it for fun and see where it goes. And it's like, I don't care about it. But yeah, I was more focused on getting into the projects that I thought were bringing a lot of value to the crypto space and like actually had some kind of fundamentals. So looking in at the portfolio, you know, it's definitely changed a lot as far as percentages. I wanted to rehash some of the stuff we looked at. Man, I just had to check if I was recording or not. I was like, hopefully I'm recording this. But yeah, I wanted to look at the portfolio again and kind of see where we had invested in when we did the last episode. I think it was, let me see, last episode where I talked about my portfolios a month ago or so. And now wanted to look at the portfolio today and see how things have kind of changed. So I know if we looked at the video from episode 7, you know, the Bitcoin was 26% of the portfolio. So if we look at that today, our Bitcoin has actually dropped from 26% of the portfolio to 21%. So what does that tell you? Bitcoin is not growing as fast as some of the other projects. And then at the time we did the last one, Link was our second biggest holding at, let's see, 19% of the portfolio. Okay. So now let's see what Link has become. Okay, so ETH has actually gone from 19% to about 18%. Okay. Sorry, I meant to say Link instead of ETH. And then Voyager was our third biggest holding at 12% of the portfolio. And I don't think it's going to be that high now. Yeah, Voyager is only like 5.7% of the portfolio now. So Voyager has definitely stalled out. So, you know, maybe I should have left it in Doge, but I mean, Voyager was looking good for quite some time, and I do think it will bounce back at some point. You know, it's been a good coin. I think I do like the Voyager app, and I think they had some issues with so many people joining their app at one time. But if you look at what Voyager has done, it'll just sit there for a while, and then, you know, all of a sudden just pop. So, you know, maybe we'll get that 2x from Voyager from where we are, and it'll again become about 10% of the portfolio, 12%. All right. So I think one of the biggest gainers that we've had is actually Mana. And remember, that one's Decentraland. That one was only 9% of the portfolio, and that one has gone significantly higher since then. So if we look at our Mana now, Mana has gone from 9% of the portfolio to 17% of the portfolio. So the one thing I wish I had done was I had converted some of my Chainlink to Mana, and if I had left all in mana, my portfolio would actually probably be like double what it is right now, which would be crazy. But, you know, I'm still very happy with the mana that I have, and it's growing really well. Ethereum has actually finally been doing something after sitting for so long. And I think if we looked at it back in a month ago, it was 7% of the portfolio, and it's probably about the same if we said, yeah, I'll just do a roundabout figure. Yep, 6.9%. So it's basically the same thing. Also, we had synthetics, Loom. I've sold my Loom and actually moved that into Stormex. As you guys know, I'm a big Stormex fan. Everything else is similar. We have the same probably percentage of Cardano, Algorand. Elrond has actually gone really well lately. When we got into it, it was about 125, and now Elrond is 224. Yeah, so almost a 2x since then. Engine has been another awesome one. Engine, you know, it's about tripled since we got into it. And then as you guys know, we have been well, I don't even know if I talked about this that much. I actually have been I bought some Stormex. When I did this first one, it was, you know, 0.1% of the portfolio. Now it's probably like 5% of the portfolio. And I had just put in a very small amount into Stormex, and that one I've added a little bit more, you know, here and there, but that one went 7x, I think, since we got into it. So that one's been an awesome gainer. Engine has 6x almost. And then we also have BTT, which that one is at 0.008 right now, and we got our average cost on that was about 0.0019. So that one has definitely almost, it's a 4x from where we were. So, you know, things are going well. And I did make a video on OGN, Origin Protocol 2. That one is going well. And I did buy a small amount of Harmony 1 and VeChain. I think that one has been one that I've had a small amount as well. Maybe I threw a little bit more in at some point, and that one has gone from like 5 cents to about, I think it's like 17 cents or something now. So, you know, every project is doing well for the most part that we're in. I think Ethereum is actually, and Voyager have been the ones that have kind of stayed the same. And Voyager has kind of stayed, like, at least percentage wide, but Voyager is more like it's kind of stalled out. But speaking of that, one more thing that we got was Harmony 1, and I don't know too much about that to really talk about it. I had just kind of been watching it for a while and knew a little bit about it. So I saw it go from like 10 cents. I think it's 10. Let's see. Yeah, 10 cents to about 18 cents. Finally FOMO'd in, which I know I'm not supposed to FOMO in, but I finally just got some around 17. So I think we're actually slightly down on that because it's at 0.1585. So I think my average cost is like 17 cents. So I got in a little late and it fell back down. So, but I do think if I just hold, you know, it'll work itself out. And then OGN, looking at that one, we talked about that one. We got in at 177. It's at 246 now. It did go all the way up to 3.5 almost. And so that one almost 2x, but now it's settled back down. So just talk really quick about the way these coins work and how they will pump is that Bitcoin, you have different layers of the coins, okay, in different tiers. So Bitcoin is your top coin, of course, highest market cap, and it will drive a lot of the movement in the market, as you know. So you get Bitcoin, like it's going on a pump. Then you have Ethereum, Cardano. Those usually follow right after. And then Binance coin as well. That's one that I didn't get in, and I kind of wish I had some in my bag just to have some Binance coin because I do like their platform and like what they do. But I just never got any, and I don't want to buy any now just because it's so late. I'd rather just stay in what I'm at. But yeah, so Binance coin, and then if you see like today, Chainlink, Uniswap, some of the other coins in that tier are going to go next, like they are today, or yesterday and today. So, and then the stuff that's further down the list, like your Engine, your synthetics, stuff like that. Those will probably go next. And then lastly, as everything starts to level off, you'll see the final push from your coins like BTT and Stormex, like your mid to small caps. And then you have even smaller stuff than that, which I think I don't really have too much in that stuff. Of the super small stuff, to me, BTT I thought was really small, but then I looked at it recently and saw that it has a $8 billion market cap, which is pretty big. Whereas Stormex, you look at, has a $659 million market cap. So that one still has plenty of room to grow, along with Origin. I think it's in that same ballpark. So those are kind of the smallest market cap ones that I have. And I mean, those are medium risk, but I still feel like they're very small caps, or at least Stormex and OGN is a lot of room to grow there. So just think of the way the market moves as kind of like a ripple effect. You get it starts in the middle, and then you get your waves out in each tier. And as the ripple goes, you see the bounce from every single tier, like below that. So you get a pump, and then everything kind of settles down, then a pump again, and then everything's kind of settled down, pump again. So like I was saying, if you're new to this and don't think short term, now is probably not the time to buy if you're looking to buy stuff. Especially if it's been pumping. If it's a smaller or mid tier that hasn't really moved, then yeah, feel free to jump in, but don't try to jump into something, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Chainlink just yet. Just wait till those coins settle down, and then you want to get your entry. You can still make money, like I said, in the short term, but whenever things go up, they're going to fall down usually just as hard. They're just going to find that new support level when they come down, and then stay there, and then slowly build momentum back up. So just have a long-term mindset as an investor and enjoy the ride. I mean, it's funny because you just see little changes happening every day, but then when you look back like over a month, you don't realize your portfolio has gone up 50%. And so to me, like we talked about, the reason that I'm in crypto is because the goal of this is to get to $1 million of net worth by the time I'm 43, which is in about 8 point something years, and are we going to do that with a 2x investing over 4 to 5 years? No, I don't have 500K to just sit here and do a 2x in the stocks. It's about real people with real amounts of money who can take small amounts and just continuously be consistent in those amounts with their investing, but then taking, investments that are very high potential, like crypto in a bull market, and turning that into a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10x over the course of months, even faster sometimes, and then enjoying the ride. It's going to last. It's going to last a few more months at least, probably. And we're going to start taking profits, and we'll see where we are at the end of that. And then we'll figure out, I do think that stocks are something that I want to look into investing in after this. But while the crypto market is going like it is, and we're seeing these kinds of gains, I'm not going to invest in stocks that have so many variables as far as like US monetary policy that can change whenever there's good or bad news out. And, we know that Bitcoin has tons of adoption, and cryptocurrency is growing more every single day. So wouldn't you rather ride that wave than just hopefully get into the stock market and everything goes just right so you can make some gains? I mean, the stock market seems to be going up over the long period of time, but you can make way more money in the short term with cryptocurrency. And if you can see a lot of people that are investing, YouTubers going into cryptocurrency because they're chasing the wave. But that's what we've been talking about this whole time, is just riding the wave of this bull market, and then start taking profits toward the end and see where we are. And then we can plan for the next step. So that's kind of the plan, and then I'll talk to you guys more about what kinds of next things we can do. But yeah, so we're just enjoying ourselves right now for the rest of the bull market. I just wanted to say thank you to the new subscribers. And if you're a new subscriber, I appreciate you. Or if you've been here the whole time, that's awesome too. Shout out to Investing with Jax. If you watch his channel, he's been pumping out tons of videos. He's been getting a ton of subscribers. He's one of the ones who kind of let me know to use hashtags in my titles, and that would actually get more viewers. So check out his channel. If you're not subscribed to him, subscribe to him. He's got a lot of low cap altcoins that are really good, high potential. He's a great channel. Cool dude. Seems like he can cook well. I watched him the other day. He's talking about making bacon and avocado and egg toast for breakfast. Sounds pretty fire. So it seems like a cool dude. And you know, I've been actually getting a lot more views on some of my videos because of that tip that he gave me. So shout out to Investing with Jax. Check out his channel. And then also, you know, it's really fun to see people getting into the crypto space. Like I've got friends that I had joked around with somebody about buying Bitcoin in October, November, and I kind of mentioned it again, and I didn't think they had actually done it. Then, you know, a month or two ago, they asked me, they said, hey, thanks for that rec on Bitcoin, because I got in it. Now it's like a 4X from where I got in. So that makes me very happy to see. And, you know, there's people more and more getting into cryptocurrency. And like we talked about on the last video, I mean, I'm not trying to be an expert and say like, I know crypto down to the like smallest minute detail. I can explain it in great detail. I've been watching, you know, crypto content for over a year now. It's been since April of 2020 that I really started getting back into it. And I still have trouble explaining some of the, you know, fundamental stuff about how the technology works. But I understand, you know, the main principles behind it. I'm not trying to claim that I'm an expert on cryptocurrency. I'm just trying to share what I've learned, you know, from this past year and how it's changed my life by doing small amounts here and there and letting those small, consistent actions produce gigantic results. So I hope you can relate to that. Just a disclaimer, this is not financial advice. I am just a person trying to share my opinions and experiences to help other people. That's what my ebook is about that I just finished up. If you want that, feel free to check the link down below. And that's it for this week, guys. And I appreciate you tuning in. Have a great rest of your day.